You guys have no humidity here. We were in Florida today. You guys have no humidity. They say it's good for the hair, right? Bad for the skin. Anyway, so good to see you guys. Did you notice they said Rubio? They didn't even say my first name, which is fine. No, don't. No. I'll tell you why. I asked them to do that. Because there's this thing about this stupid Marco Polo game. It drives me nuts. I hated it as a kid. So Rubio's fine. Are you guys, are we going to win Arizona? Are you guys going to do what it takes to win? It matters. It's important. We feel great about Florida. Remember when Florida was the state everybody was watching at night? We take nothing for granted. But I'm going to make a very bold prediction. Donald Trump in my home state, his home state, is going to win big. But it isn't going to matter if we don't win big here as well. You guys are going to give us a big victory here, right? And it's not enough to just we need him in the White House, but he needs a Senate. If we don't get the Senate, he won't have anybody appointed to his cabinet. In fact, let me tell you this, if we don't get the Senate, and God forbid they win over the House, they will impeach him like the same day as he's moving into the White House. Think about it. As he's moving into the Oval Office, whoever the speaker, it won't be Pelosi again. I think she's done being speaker, right? I think she's done. But maybe she'll want to come back just to do one more impeachment. They pass more impeachment than they do, laws that help the American people, but we have to win the Senate, and you have a chance to do that. Are you going to send us Carrie Lake to Washington, D.C.? Good. I'm telling you now, we need more people like that with common sense, that'll work hard, that'll help us do the right things in the Senate. She's going to feel lonely there because there ain't that enough. We don't have enough people with common sense that'll work hard in the U.S. Senate, but she will. She'll make a difference. And I'm telling you, if you're voting for Donald Trump, if you know anyone who's voting for Donald Trump, but they say, oh, I'm not going to vote for the Senate race, it's not a big deal. I'm telling you, it's self-defeating. We need them both. Make sure people get out and vote. Make sure you tell everybody they got to get out and vote, and they have to stay and vote for all the Republicans on the ticket. And I'm here to tell you this is not just an election. It is an election. And it is a choice between, for fear and at risk of exaggeration, it is a choice between two very different candidates. One, who you'll hear from in a moment, the 45th and soon to be 47th President of the United States. He will speak with passion and with humor because he loves America at the core. Why is he doing this? I'm going to tell you, a lot of people don't know this, okay? But I'm going to share this with you. Donald Trump has actually been quite successful in business. He doesn't need to be in politics. He even has his own plane. All right? And not like a little plane, like a big plane. He does a huge plane, that's exactly right. A huge plane. So why would someone like that, who has all these things going, by the way, they all loved him, all these celebrities, all these people out there that now, are jumping on the train of the Kamala Harris and all these people, they were all his friends, they all liked him. He had a great life. So why does someone like that run for president? Because they love America, because he loves America, because he wants your children to have the America that we inherited, the greatest country in the world. That's why he's doing it. And they attack, and the unfairness, the attempts on his life, the 2 impeachments, the 45 indictments, the lawfare, everything he's put up with, everything his family, his friends, the people around him, is all because he loves a country that he knows is supposed to be the greatest country in the world, needs to be the greatest country in the world. It has the greatest people in the world. Now what it needs is a great president again. So that's option one. Option two is someone who 6 months ago was supposed to be the vice presidential Democratic candidate. But then, first of all, they lied to us, right, for years. And she was there. There's no way she doesn't know. Biden had problems. He was struggling. You know, let me ask you, do you think if Kamala Harris had run for president, let's say Biden had announced a year and a half ago, I'm not running for re-election, and she had been a candidate and a bunch of other Democrats would have run, would she have been their nominee? She would not have been their nominee. She became the nominee of the Democratic Party the only way she could, through a backroom maneuver to put her on the ballot at the last second when it was too late to pick anybody else. And now she can't tell us what the difference is between what she would do and what Joe Biden has done. Now, when they first started running, for a couple weeks, they were pretending she was born on July 24th of this year. But she wasn't. She was the Attorney General in California. She was a U.S. Senator. She ran for president. You may not have noticed because she got out of the race like 3 weeks after she got in. But she ran at one time, and then she became vice president, and she's been in that White House and in this administration through every single debacle. In fact, you know one of the things she was? She was the border czar. How did she do with the border here in Arizona? How did she do with the border? Well, imagine what she would do as president. Nothing. We can't let that happen, and it's in your hands. Vivek spoke a moment ago, and it really matters. Look, I'll tell you this, and I'll say this in closing. I know people that feel very strongly about this election. True story, 4 years ago. Someone who felt very strongly. This guy had every sign, every bumper sticker, every Facebook post, everything you can imagine. He was really engaged. You know, he forgot to go vote. He didn't forget to go vote. He said, I'm going to go vote at the last second. And then I forgot what happened. But he ended up not voting. Now, luckily, Florida wasn't a one-vote state. But if enough people like that don't go out and vote, we're going to wind up saying, you know, what happened? That can't happen. They know we're going to win. That's why they're going crazy. Their campaign at the end is not even about them. You won't even hear her say anymore, this is what I would do as president. It's all attacks, it's all viciousness, it's all nastiness, because they have nothing to run on. They know we're going to win because they know you're behind us. They know we're going to win here in Arizona because they know you're here behind us. But the way we win is if you go vote and everyone you know that agrees with you goes to vote, and everyone who doesn't agree with you, tell them the election's next 2 Wednesdays, the Wednesday, the day after. That's a joke. Is there media here? That is called a joke. You've got to vote. You've got to get everyone you know to go out and vote. And honestly, vote as soon as you can. Just vote as soon as you can so that you can spend the rest of your time getting people out to vote. So we will wake up that Wednesday morning and we will be able to say, thank God our president is once again Donald J. Trump. Thank you and God bless. Thank you.